fight, regardless of what happened in the early stages, Mickey was massive on this Jan in preventing so many of those team fights from going the way of BLG, even preventing people like Bin from getting in. So coming back down to it, I like what G2 have. It's just a case of can they execute in the early game, because that's been the struggle.
Yeah, and looking at this, I do think there's also more pressure on them to do so, right? There's no Maokai, there's no Kassan.
Reset in before Shun, because he's starting that top quadrant, makes his way up here, but might be a bit too late.
And this is exactly what I was anticipating as that wave gets cleared out. Broken Blade steps forward, Shun is available, flashes up for Broken Blade, but here comes Yike, 2v2, Broken Blade flashes away from the Leaf Strike. Yike is now the target of Shun, takes a crushing blow to the face, no movement from mid lane as yet. As that mist is dropped down and Yike is able to escape both of the respective bot laners. Yike now trying to hold the tower. Leap strikes forward, Spectral Maw as well, the leap and the tower ends up being a trade 1-for-1. First by bonus goes to Bin.
I mean, that'll be...
Problems could have arisen.
Again, though, is G2 investing into the top side. Shun spots Caps.
Oh, look for the charm, holding on to it for now. Caps flashes away. Higalsi's 2 charges on that Spirit Rush. The charm still connects. Caps goes down, drops the tippers as well. Shun has a crushing blow. The shield comes up for a second longer and Yigal stays alive. Yike's running for his life and on once again. Flashes forward, the Clitolons, the health picks, the charm from Yigal! It's not done yet! Broken Blade throws down the Noxic Guillotine! And it's a trade of a 1-for-1. Yigal, so if Hans Summer sticks around, that's a target to die.
But this is the thing, BLG have been playing really well around the map as to where G2 want to try and put some pressure. When you look towards the top side, because Broken Blade doesn't have the TP, the second Broken Blade wants to push a wave and actually get a reset in, lacking that teleport. BLG are reading that situation and catching G2 as they're starting to rotate up. And now...
And start denying vision, start setting up traps, and catch people off guard.
It does feel like G2 can't really find the moments to go against. Well, now at least they're going to get down here with the Rift Herald, but you can see that Caps had full push in mid. They want to try and look for the dive, but the wave was cleared out by BLG, so we'll get the charge, but I don't think they'll get much more.
Well, multiple plates secured. It's only a 500 gold difference between Alk and Hans Summer. And already picked up for Bin with those 2 kills. Yike's looking for Shun, who manages to get past the Flame Chompers and is forced to flash! The Heartbreaker and the chip damage was way more than I was even expecting. Huge objective yet. If you look, we're a couple seconds away from Dragon. I think Heartbreaker is the only major one that may not be available. Super Mega Deathrock, it's 5 seconds away. And it's G2 inside the pit. They are still down. 1,400 gold. Bin has teleport available, but he may not want to jump into a 5 versus 4.
I mean, BLG are fine here. They're just like, cool, you take it. We're just going to take the top lane turret and get clear out mid wave and start to get control of the Rift Herald.
Because we saw BLG very happy to go for a very similar style of draft, but I do like that they also identified, hey, in the last game, we only team fought, right? Especially once we got to the early game points, enabling Bin and allowing him to actually be a pressure point against the top laner without TP as big as Caps.
Caps again, this time jumped on, Decimate, Incinerate, Summon Tibbers, Cyclone 1, Cyclone 2, Stopwatch buys time with the Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide, Moonlight Vigil just about does it! Elk and BLG pick themselves up. Based on what you've seen from BLG in the LPL, Dagda, do they have the self-control to do so? I'll ask you to think about that for a moment, as Yike will be backed up by Mickey, teleport coming in from Caps, no flash available, Tippers is though, Cyclone is already knocking them up, Tippers will land beautifully onto Shun's head, the follow-up is there, Yike's looking to break the hearts of BLG, steals away the counter-strike, finds the stun, and Broken Blade finds another, and Summer's excited, he's got the red buff, but he does get charmed up.
And there is your answer, Trev. They're going to try and get up the Yago.
Oh, waiting for the reset. Yikes, push BLG.
And immediately, this turret is going to go down. Might get at the very least a charge on the tier 2. And while this is going on, Caps currently crashes the wave in mid as well.
Take a look at that gold difference. Yike, 4-2 and 1. 1,600 gold up on a champion like Viego. That if Bin or Elk are the scary...
Comes the flank, Broken Blade waiting for a juicy target, but it gets blown up and gives a shutdown over to Elk.
It's also the fact that now you have no front line. G2 would have actually gone over for the Dragon, but with Broken Blade down, nobody wants to try and face check into this, so they end up just backing away. BLG get a Dragon that in no world should have been theirs.
And G2, we've seen that BLG can really struggle if you're able to keep them down, right? Catch them off guard. Try and catch them in rotations. Try and force them into fights they're not supposed to take. Moments like this, it gets...
Go for Baron.
I want to keep my eyes on Yike as well. Obviously, the rookie to the international stage, the rookie to G2 Esports this year, has been one of the very surprising members and has been leaned on. I think in a recent interview, the team was saying, or he was saying, the team just fully trusts him. They let him be the carry. They let him play the Balbest, the Kha'Zixes, and you see them.
Can they find that backline, and can they keep track of Bin and Yagao? Even with the Janna, not nearly as many tools as last time around to keep Hansama safe. As they're going to start up the Baron here.
This is just a straight flip, that's the question. Bin on the teleport.
They want his teleport. They want to try and get it out of him.
Okay, so that means we want G2 to peel. If that teleport starts to be chummed, they gotta peel. Bin is already in the middle lane. Baron's down to 4,000. Bin's arrived. That's at least the Howling Gale catching up onto one. They found a kill. Yagao is just blown up. Now G2 have to fancy a shot. Shun gets caught up by the flame droppers. Heartbreaker over the wall. Elk goes forward. Red, white, Moonlight Vigil. Baron secured. But can G2 get away? Cap's running low, stays alive. Disintegrates Shun in the river. And Bin is running for his life. 5 members of G2 alive, and they're not done yet. Chasing on to one. Yike hasn't found the CC, and Elk Red turns away. Green and white now got that range. He steps out.
Completed. G2 want to go for the Dragon. Elk in the bushes isn't spotted.
3 seconds before Shun spawns, as you mentioned. Spellbook is there for Yagao, but I don't know if he really wants to. TP in instead, holding Flash Ignite, making his way forward. Broken Blade catches himself a Jax, decimates away, crippling strikes down, and Yagao's charm goes wide. Hansama follows the rest of the squad. Yike is on a rampage, and he's looking at
Step of the way.
And you see BLG just, they can't find anything.
Oh, look at this from Yagao. Super Mega Death Rocket goes a little bit wide. Hansama chasing the kill is forced to flash for his life. Shun's not done yet, and he gets the shot. Soul is still a little while away. Baron, Red Bull Baron Powerpuff, already timed out, right? So G2 Esports happy, content to continue pushing. They've stacked up as 5. Reminder, no teleports available. Only 1 for Caps. It's on cooldown. Tibbers is dropped down, and Yike is the target, forced to use the ulti just to escape. And the tower will fall. While that's going on, Ben is continuing to push up top. Zap.
Available here for BLG. A GA and a stopwatch for G2 as they got caught.
Oh, they do indeed. Disintegrate fired out. Cap being burned down by Elk. He drops Tippers, uses Hourglass, and Elk forced to kill, forced to safety, but he gets the kill. Hansama and Yike are knocked up into the air. Shun's done so well. Yike forced to ult over the wall. 2 quick kills for BLG. Inside the Dragon Pit, and Broken Blade needs to pull off a miracle. Bin goes forward, managing to find the Counter-Strike stun and force G2 away. G2 lose 2 members and they lose the Dragon.
G2 were split out. They weren't in a position to actually follow. Broke
Is punished, and that's what allows BLG back into the game.
BLG actually finds the flank that we've been talking about for like 2 games, get onto the backline at the beginning, and now start up the Baron.
There's no Monsoon available for Mickey. Yike is stepping forward, will not be able to get into the pit. Broken Blade looks for the apprehend. Yike's looking for the CC, but they're split, they're routed, they're wrecked. Broken Blade gets enough heal from that Q to stay alive. Caps is alive, Tippers is there. He drops it onto the head of Elk, but there's no one to chase. Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide. Yike is trying to get himself a kill. He manages to steal away Yagao Zari, but now needs to back up. Instead, looks for that kill, gets himself 1 more. Now Yike is chasing on. Hansama has been able to spawn back in and is trying to find Bin. The zap, the rockets, the pow-pows, all they need. Bin is able to leap away to safety. Barons are being removed from members of BLG. That is crucial for G2 Esports. The recall coming out, and that's not going to be enough. Hansama gets the kill.
BLG have the better position on the map. You can see it there. Bin can be such a threat on towards the top side. He's
On,
caught though.
completely caught out. G2 or BLG right now, G2 are split up. Obviously, they've lost the tower. That's not good. But they are at risk of being flanked. Broken Blade threatening the Ghost, threatening the Apprehend, teleport being channeled. Broken Blade uses the stopwatch. He's on onto the bait, manages to jump onto Elk, stepping forward. Noxian Guillotine still available but not used as all of a sudden with Hansama down. G2 are running for their lives. Elk stays alive. Broken Blade is killed. Mickey is killed. Caps and Yike are the last one standing, and BLG punish G2 Esports. How?
That is a heartbreaking mistake to come through. The moment that Darius isn't in the picture, The rest of BLG is more than ready to respond.
Was he trying to use that strike breaker and hit the stopwatch instead? I have no idea. BLG were the ones that were targeted. BLG were the ones that were being jumped on, but it's BLG that take down G2. And BLG will go 2-1 in the series. They were 1 win away from advancing in MSI.
We talk about the difference between how Eastern teams can play around their AD carries, and that was a